Stop. Before you click away, answer this honestly. Have you ever been told you're too quiet? That you need to speak up more? Well, what if I told you that being the quietest person in the room isn't a weakness? It's actually a sign of cognitive superiority. If you've spent your life apologizing for your silence, this video will change everything. Because science has discovered that quiet people possess 5 psychological traits that loud people simply don't have. And trait number 3? It's the reason why some of the world's most successful people deliberately stay silent. Stick around because by the end of this video, you'll never see silence the same way again. Look, we live in a world that celebrates noise. The loudest voice in the meeting gets heard. The extrovert at the party gets remembered. But here's what nobody tells you. While everyone else is talking, quiet people are doing something far more powerful. They're observing, they're analyzing, they're strategizing. And today, I'm going to reveal the 5 rare psychological traits that make quiet people some of the most formidable individuals you'll ever meet. Let's start with the first trait, and it's one that gives quiet people an almost unfair advantage. While everyone else is focused on what they're going to say next, quiet people are noticing everything. They catch micro-expressions. They detect tone shifts. They see the unspoken dynamics in every room. Psychologists call this hyper-observational intelligence. It's the ability to process social information at a level that most people completely miss. Think about it. When you're not busy broadcasting your own thoughts, your brain has bandwidth to absorb everyone else's. This is why quiet people often seem to just know things about others. They're not psychic. They're just paying attention while everyone else is performing. Now here's where it gets interesting. You know how some people explode at the slightest provocation? How they wear every emotion on their sleeve? Quiet people don't do that. Not because they don't feel deeply, but because they've mastered something most people never will. Studies show that quiet individuals have significantly higher emotional regulation capabilities. They feel the same intensity of emotions as everyone else, but they process them internally before reacting. This isn't suppression, it's mastery. It's the difference between being controlled by your emotions and controlling your response to them. And in high-stakes situations, this trait is worth its weight in gold. But wait until you hear trait number 3. This one explains why CEOs and leaders often cultivate silence. Trait number 3 is what separates quiet people from everyone else. They understand that words are currency. Most people spend words like they're infinite. Quiet people, they invest them. Every sentence carries weight. Every contribution has been considered. Warren Buffett once said, "You can't make a good deal with a bad person." You know how he figured out who the bad people were? By staying quiet and letting them talk. Bill Gates schedules think weeks of complete silence. Barack Obama was known as the quietest person in strategy meetings. These people understood something crucial. When you speak less, people listen more. Your words carry authority. Your opinions matter. You become the signal in a world full of noise. And here's the part that might make you uncomfortable. Quiet people often know more about you than you know about them. Trait 4 is about how quiet people think differently at a neurological level. Research from neuroscience shows that introverted, quiet individuals have increased blood flow to the frontal cortex, the part of your brain responsible for complex thinking, planning, and problem solving. This means when everyone else is having surface-level thoughts, quiet people are running simulations. They're considering consequences. They're connecting dots that others don't even see. It's not that they're smarter, it's that their brain is literally wired for depth over breadth. While others are having 10 shallow thoughts, they're having one profound one. But the 5th trait? This is the one that makes quiet people genuinely dangerous in the best way possible. The 5th and most powerful trait: quiet people don't need external validation to know their worth. Think about why most people talk so much. They're seeking approval. They're proving their intelligence. They're filling awkward silences because silence makes them uncomfortable. Quiet people? They're comfortable in their own minds. They don't need constant interaction to feel alive. They don't need to prove anything to anyone. Psychologists call this authentic self-sufficiency, and it's one of the rarest traits in our hyper-connected, approval-seeking world. These individuals have done the internal work that most people avoid their entire lives. They know who they are, they're secure in their value, and that inner confidence, it radiates outward in ways that speaking never could. So if you're the quietest person in the room, stop apologizing. You're not broken. You're not missing out. You're operating on a completely different level. You have hyper-observational intelligence. You've mastered emotional regulation. You communicate strategically. You think deeply. And you're authentically self-sufficient. The world needs your quiet power more than it needs another loud voice. If this resonated with you, hit that subscribe button, because next week we're diving into the dark psychology of why people fear quiet individuals and how you can use that to your advantage. Remember, lions don't roar before they hunt. They stay silent, and when they move, everyone pays attention. Silence isn't empty, it's full of answers.